He's been in clubs and colleges all around. Give it up for John Walton, everybody.
Before you started that paper, there used to be no black people around here at all. There used to be none. You only saw them on that one street going into Boscov's. They were never down here. They would just turn the corner and like evaporate. You didn't see them until like 2 o'clock in the morning. And then they would come out and just... Well, it was a weird day. Like somebody left a baby on my doorstep too. Like before I came here. Yeah. I hope it's not there when I get back there. That'd be weird. That'd be weird, man. I can't have children. I got a rat in my apartment. Anybody ever deal with a rodent before? Hard to kill. Like I tried to kill it with a television and it still wouldn't die. So I bought decon. Right? And there's these 4 little trays. They're filled with poison, and you put it down in little spots, and they eat the poison that's supposed to die. And it ate it. So I'm happy. So I'm looking at the box and I'm like, oh, how long is it supposed to work? You figure like 10 hours, 13 hours, 5 days. So now I no longer have a rat living in my apartment. I have a rat that's dying in my apartment. Yeah, like if I go home, it's gonna be coughing and sweating, just crawling, just holding on to his last breath. I just got this confused, this discombobulated rat. Literally don't know what's happening to his body. Its arm is gone limp, and my father's the type person, like he'll come over my house, and if he sees it, he'll think it's mine. He's like, John, something wrong with your rat, man. You need to get him looked at. That's the worst looking rat I've ever seen in my life. There's gonna be news coverage in my wedding, but I'm trying to kill that. Hit those guys. I love her. We had our first fight the other day, though. We normally don't fight. Because she approached me, she's like, John, you know, you let people walk all over you, you don't stand up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You can't just let people walk all over you. She was like, you're right, so I pushed her down a flight of stairs. Like, now who's not standing up for themselves? You win. Why is it when somebody falls down a flight of stairs and never think to save themselves until they get to the last step? You know what I mean? You like 2 flights of stairs. Your body's all bruised and broken. You got like a chicken wing arm. And you get to the last step like, this floor is dirty. I don't want to get dirt in the wounds. I don't want to get an infection. Y'all happy for the summertime? You know, we get rid of all that bad weather? I don't like summertime, man. I hate summertime. Because white folks get weird in the summertime, man. They do. Right? They make all these weird questions. I love like my white friends, but like, John, every time I go outside, man, I get sunburned. What happens to you people when you go outside? What kind of stupid fuck? You got like firecrackers. You ever see it? When it's like 100 degrees or better, like fireworks, man.
He's a published author on Triple Crown Distributions. The book's called Ice. Give it up for Will Robbins, everybody. You're half and half.
I'm half and half, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for coming out to this charity event. Sorry you've been hoodwinked. The charity and all the proceeds are going to half and half back child support payments so I can get my license back. I had to walk here from my house to here. You know how brutal those hills are in Scranton? How long the walk is? It felt like an impossible. Just kept on walking. Everybody I saw, like, Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you. But he hates child support. It's hard to find a job, right? I go filling out job applications. Every job application asks you your ethnic group, right? So me being me, I check black and I check white. Lady who interviewed me told me normally we don't hire black people, but since you half white, we're gonna hire you part-time. You go home with a beast, an ugly woman, an ugly man, wake up the next morning to see them, and you wish all you had to say was like a good neighbor, State Farm will be there. You ever get so drunk, my man, and tell your wife all the nasty stuff you're gonna do in the bedroom to her? She get all turned on and you fall asleep. I did that to my wife. She called my brother to do all the nasty things I said I was gonna do to her. I met this woman at a club one time, right? And she said, you know, she wanted to take me home because she loved Puerto Ricans. I said, no, I was honest with her. I said, I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm half black, half white. She said, that's cool. Just when we get to my house, make sure you leave your white side at my front door because I don't want to hear nothing about you coming up short. So I said, cool. So we went in the house and we did our thing. And after we was done, she said, listen, I'm having problems paying my bills. So could you help me out? And I told her, I said, listen, you messed that up when you told me to leave my white side at the front door because my black side always coming up short when it comes to money.
I was once with a girl that told me I was average sized, and I thought to myself, I was like, how many guys is this girl sleeping with that she's taking an average? I'm the host of a show called The Cerebral Circus on D-Rock Radio. Give it up for Kenny J, everybody. We're
on Laughter Day. We'll get a little recap. Janine was over there doing some laughter yoga, which is completely different than laughter during yoga. Laughter yoga. Ho, ho, ho. Ha, ha, ha. He, he, he. Laughter during yoga. You want me to put my head where? Did you catch that? At the end of yoga, they hit you with the namaste. Screw you and your namaste. You just had me put my toe in my nose. I'm over 40 now, so I actually, so I started doing some yoga, trying to get in shape, and I just didn't realize hexagon was the shape they had in mind. Now, I actually started the getting healthy journey a few years ago when I hit the 350-pound mark. I lost 150 pounds. Did it the old-fashioned way. Got a divorce. I'm kidding, that was more like 200 pounds. I actually had this thing called gastric bypass. Fans of the gastric bypass, nice, good. Very good. This surgery, basically, when I had it done, went like this. They pretty much cut you from your chin to your belly button. They go in, staple the stomach, reroute some of the plumbing, then kind of sew you back up, and there you go. So, you have a stomach basically the size of a grape. So my buddies be like, hey, Ken, you want to go grab something to eat? Just had some saliva. I'm good. I'll be over for a couple hours. The interesting part, though, was the anesthesia. Because I guess when you're 350 pounds and you're out to here, they actually think you're pregnant because they say, we're going to give you an epidural. Yeah, there we go. We found out the one woman who's had a child with an epidural. An epidural is where they stick a needle in your spine to relieve pain. Right? So they have me sitting on the edge of a stretcher. Two female anesthesiologists walk in, and they say, and one goes behind me, she says, we need you to lean forward. So I'm leaning forward. She says, you need to lean more forward. Lady, I am 5'9", 350. This is it. Any more forward, gravity takes over. Solution is anesthesiologist number 2. No lie, 4'7", 75 pounds. And the first thing that goes through my head is, how bad did you have to screw up in med school to get this job? 12 years of med school and your job to hold the fat guy up. So I lean forward, so I'm leaning on her. Xena warrior princess behind there hits me with the needle. I lurch forward. This girl disappears into a fold. And then I'm asked, is that in the right place? Fellas, is that ever a question you want to be asked when a woman's standing behind you? Said, look, I couldn't make it through a semester at community college. I really think you're more qualified to make this decision. But my left lung did stop working. She said, oh, so now they're back there, and she's back there like she has an Atari joystick with the needle. I got an arm flinging out this way, leg kicking out that way. The solution to this was, oh, well, you know what we'll do when we get you on the table in the emergency, in the operating room? We'll do it there. Why was this option B? How did this become option B? So anyway, everything worked out fine. The only drawback is when you lose weight that fast. I lost like 150 pounds within 18 months, and when you lose weight that fast, some of the skin likes to hang around. So now that excess skin combined with my scar, I now have a front-facing ass crack. So I get out of the shower in the morning, you can't tell if I'm coming or going.